Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shane, and I am a commercial and wedding photographer here in Germany. And today we're going to be looking at placing an order with Pro Image Editors. Okay. First thing we need to do is we need to log in to their website at ProImageEditors.eu. Once you arrive to their website, you can come up to the top here on the top right, click the Sign In button, and you'll be taken here to put into your account. If you haven't created an account already, we recommend that you come down to this green button here saying Sign Up. Follow the process, it's very simple, and once you've received your confirmation email, you can log back in here. Once you've come here, simply put in your email address, your password, and click Sign In. Right, so here we are on the services page of Pro Image Editors. And if you notice here where it says free trial, post-production, and retouching, these are the services that Pro Image Editors offer. Now, the ones that involve Lightroom are going to be the ones here in the post-production. Anything else, like the retouching, will involve Photoshop. But for this video, we're going to just focus on the Lightroom part. So, we know that the most common way we use Pro Image Editors for wedding photography is to do the Essential Edit. So, we will simply click this Essential Edit link here, which will take us to our order creating page. Pro Image Editors has done a fantastic job at making everything really clear and easy to understand with the help of little question marks next to it, which will give a bit more information on what the question is. So, starting from the top, we can see here the number of images. Now, you need to put the exact amount of images that you want Pro Image Editors to edit. Your catalog can, however, have more images. And we will talk about how we mark the images in a later video, and I will describe it in a few short steps. But we, for this case, will put down 8, for example. Okay? The next part is going to be the order type. You know, we are wedding photographers, and so we're going to stick to the wedding part. Okay? Order name, it's very important that the order name matches that of the Lightroom catalog. Okay? And in this case, our catalog is called Mark and Jessica. Great? It also helps you find this order later on in time, should you need to recover it. Moving on, we have the turnaround time. If you would need these images processed within 3 days, you do have this option, as you can see here, with a maximum of 1,000 images per order. It will be a little bit more expensive, but again, that's entirely up to you. Now, you can choose how you want to send your photos in this next section here, called Upload Your Images, either by a DVD or USB, or on a hard drive. But for this case, then the easiest and probably the most up-to-date method will be using the upload method. Okay? So the next section here, we have job samples. And now what Pro Image Editors does is they create, or they offer you to send 10 images for you to approve before the whole production begins. Now, this is a great way to make sure that what they're about to do matches exactly what you want. However, just keep in mind that this may delay the process slightly because they need to work on these 10 images, send them across to you, you need to approve them, and then you send them the final confirmation. Of course, the more you work with Pro Image Editors, the more they get to know you and your style, and everything becomes streamlined, and it becomes so fast in the end. So let's, for this case, we won't select them, but we need to put some job notes. Okay, and this is where you really describe to Pro Image Editors what you want them to do in your catalog that you're going to send them. You know, in this case, we can say all the images that are marked with 1 star, we need the color correction to be neutral and the white balance to be slightly cool. Okay? You can also put information, for example, if you have other images in there, for example, from a photo booth, you can tell them, please ignore the photo booth images and be as descriptive as you want to be. I mean, in the end, there are actually people there behind reading this, and they're not just robots. So if they have any problems, they will get back to you and be very friendly and polite to solve it. Okay, once you're happy with the information you've put there, now we're going to work into the order details. Okay, now you see the first option here saying images processed by me. Now, the choices are you can have them ignore them and start them from fresh, or you can keep them and use them as a reference. And now what I personally do is I will edit a couple of images throughout the day. For example, some from the getting ready, some from the ceremony, and some from the night part. All of this will, help them get a better idea of how I process those images at those different times of the event. So I will select keep and use as a reference. Okay, the next part, input files. We can choose how we are going to send them these files, and we can send them either RAWs, JPEGs, or Lightroom with a smart preview. Now, for this case, and we'll tell you why smart previews are our preferred method, and for them as well, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So we'll start with Lightroom 6 with smart previews. Okay, exposure, contrast, temperature, this is all up to you. If you want them to adjust that, by all means, you can go ahead and choose how you want them to adjust it. If you're not sure, you can leave it in a comment, or you can add it to your job notes there and describe how you would want it. Okay, moving on down, you can see all the other options that they offer, right? And coming and looking at this part here, the output format, right? You can ask them how they should send the files back to you. And since we're working with catalogs in Lightroom, it's so easy to just take another catalog that they've worked on, import them into your Lightroom, and all the images are updated. It's really, really simple. Okay, so for this case, we will use the Lightroom 6 catalog. Okay, now optional extras, these ones will come with a fee, and it's entirely up to you. So if you would like them to export the JPEGs, you do have that option, but keep in mind you would have to send them the raw files to do that. So in this case, no, we will export them ourselves, right? Presets, if you have a preset that you like to use with your workflow, there is a place for you to upload it to them, and just make sure you keep a note on that and tell them exactly where and how to use those presets. So a great thing with Pro Image Editors is they give you the option to save all these options as a template. So you don't need to do it for every single wedding you upload. And to do this, we simply need to check this box here, right next to where it says, save this order as a template for my future orders. Okay. Now, before we proceed, we just need to make sure that in the preset section, we have chosen an option. Okay. So by clicking this, we have to decide whether we're going to send them a preset or not. And in this case, we won't. Okay. So I've selected no. Now we are ready to add this order to our cart. Bang. So this is a review of all the options that we've chosen, and you can see the total price down here. Okay, you can go back and make any amendments if you needed to by clicking the Edit button here. And once you are happy with everything that is set out here, we can simply proceed and click Check Out. So, after clicking on the Checkout button, we're presented with our final confirmation order page. Once you've reviewed it and everything is correct and you're happy with it, we accept the terms and conditions and click Pay Now. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is just how easy it is to complete an order with Pro Image Editors. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.